Okay, this is mathematics. Okay, we're going to look at the question. Say a chord is 4 cm from the center of a circle of radius 5 cm. So what is the exact length of the chord? So we're going to solve the question now. Then we'll see the exact length of the chord. Okay, so we draw a circle that shows the chord. Okay, the chord is a straight line that runs from one circumference to another circumference at the base. So have that the chord is 5 cm radius, and it is 4 cm from the center of the circle. So the only thing you can use to solve this is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, which says that the longer side outside raised to power 2 is equals to the two shorter side raised to power 2. Okay, so which is 5 raised to power 2 plus y raised to power 2 plus 4 raised to power 2. Okay, then which will give us 25 is equals to y raised to power 2 plus 16. Then subtract it, you have 9. Then you square it. Okay, square root of 9 is 3. Then you just found the part of one part of the chord. Then the second part of the chord will now become what? 3 times 2, which is 6. That the doubly part. Okay, which is the same thing because the chord is actually divided into 2. Okay, so one part is 3, so the two parts will be 6. So the answer becomes what? 6 cm. Alright, so if you look at the chord very well, the longer side is called the radius. Okay, so you can only use Pythagoras theorem to solve it. Then the shorter side, okay, which run from the center to the chord itself, okay, it's 4 cm. Okay, so that is how that particular question is what is solved. All right, so we're going to go to the next question. It says you should factorize 5b raised to power 2 minus 11b plus 6 is equals to 0. So how do we factorize? Let's see that. Okay, factorization, the power 2, then the ordinary b and the ordinary number 6 is labeled a, b, c according to quadratic equation. Then first thing there is you multiply the b raised to power 2, the coefficient of b raised to power 2 by 6. Okay, have 30 raised to power 2. Then factors of 30 is 6 and 5, 10 and 3, minus 6 and minus 5. So we'll choose minus 6 and minus 5 because if we times minus 6 times 5b, okay, minus 5b, it will give us what? 30b square, which is what we want. Then if we add them up together, we still have what? Minus 11. So it will come in between the gap, okay, replacing minus 11. So we now have that 5b raised to power 2 minus 6b, okay, bracket, and then have minus 5b plus 6 is equals to 0. Then factor out, okay, so have b outside, okay, 5b minus 6 remaining. Then the same thing have to be there in the same bracket, okay, whatever is in bracket on this side should be in the bracket of the other side. So the only thing I have to do here is put minus 1 so that to effect the change of minus being at the center. Okay, so that is it. Then b minus 1 bracket 5b minus this. Okay, when you solve it, you have your answer there. Okay, now the next one question says the fourth term of a geometric progression AP, is seventh term is 80. What is its term? Okay, and common difference. Is that okay? So we're going to solve it. Then have t raised to t4 is equals to 65. Okay, then t7 is equals to 80. So have tn is equal to a plus bracket of n minus 1 bracket d. That's the formula for the terms. All right, so have that t4 is equals to a plus 4 minus 1 bracket d. Then 65 is equal to a plus what? 3d, because 4 minus 1 is equals to 3d. And there it means the what? It is 4 term, that number of terms. Okay, number of terms there is what? 4. Okay, going for t7, we have which is equals to a plus a is the first term. Always know a is the first term, d is the common difference. So plus 7 minus 1, 7 because it's the seventh term. Okay, bracket d. Then have that t7 is equals to a plus 6d. Okay, now have 80 is equals to a plus 6d. That's equation 2. Then you do what we call elimination. Okay, you eliminate equation 1 from equation 2. That is it. Okay. So when you eliminate it, you have 80 minus 65, that's 15. Then a will cancel out because it's 0, 0. Then have 16 minus 3d, have a 3d there. Then have 15 will cancel by 3, you have d to be 5. Then you find a. Okay. So to get a, we'll have 65 is equals to a plus 3d. Then 65 is equals to d, or is 5, so you times it by 3. Then you have okay, subtract 65 minus 15. Then you have 50. Then you add your a and your d to give you 55. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question says that to have the area of a square, okay, whose radius is 11 millimeter. Let's look at it. Area of a square is what? L raised to power 2. So L times L, 11 raised to power 2, which is equal to 1 to 1. Next question. It says solve 7 root 75 minus 3 root 12 plus 1. Okay, so let's look at the question and see how we're going to solve it. Okay, so we have here 7 root 75 minus 3 root 12, okay, plus 1, okay, which is 7 root 25 times 3, because 1 has to be a perfect root, while the other one is not a perfect root, okay, minus 3, okay, root 4 times 3, alright, so 1 has to be a perfect, which is 4 times by 3 plus 1. So if you look at it very well, have that 7 times 5, because square root of 25 is what? 5, okay, times by what? Root 3 minus 3 times 2 times root 3 plus 1. So have 35, which is 7 times 5, root 3 minus 6 root 3 plus 1. Then root 3 and root 3 makes them to be a like term, so we need to collect them together, okay? So have 35 minus 6 will give us what? 29. So 29 root 3 plus 1 is the answer. So remember, in solve, whenever you are solving a solve, make sure that you have the two factors. One has to be a perfect root, while the other one will not be a perfect root, okay? So that gives rise to the one that will be answered outside, just like we have 5 root 3, okay, which is 25 times 3. All right, next question. Express 0.00085 in standard form. So first of all, when you're expressing that, I have to count how many zeros that are there to the 8.5. Okay, when you count it, then you now know how to do what? To answer what's in the question. That's how standard form comes in. Okay, so in that we have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, before the 8. So have, you see the way I counted it. So I'm shifting the decimal place to the what? To a number, to that afterwards, after 8, that is 8.5. So you count how many times you went through the numbers before you get to what? That particular 8 points. Okay, so if you count it, it's into 5, so have minus 5, because minus is because it is a 0 point. Had it been is 8,000, become a plus, so this is minus. Okay, so that is it. The next question says the arithmetic mean 2, 8, 7, 5, 9, 18 and 20. What is the possible value of q? Okay, so we're going to look at possible value of q. So have 2, 8, 5, 9 and so on and so forth is equals to what? 10. So how many are there? There are 6 what? 6 numbers over there. So you divide it by 6. Okay, so you cross multiply, have 6 times 10, then 49 plus q. So have 60 is equals to 49 plus q. Then 60 minus 49 equals to q. Then have our q to be 15. So this is how to answer question that has to do with mean. Mean means average. Okay, total number over what? The number counted. So that is what we mean by mean. Okay, next question. So the total distance measured along the great circles is given by. The great circles has to do with it over 360 times what? 2 pi r. So that is distance measured out also what? The great circle, that is big R. Okay, so that is the answer there. Now next one says solve the inequality 4q plus 20 is equal greater than 8. Okay, in this you need to actually solve the inequality yourself and see how it is. Okay, so let's look at the inequality. 4q plus 20 equals to what? Is greater than 8 over 3. So have here, we have to cross multiply 3 times 8, that's what to give us 24. And 4q plus 20, okay, will be there, which is correct like 10. 24 minus 20 will give us 4. So when you cancel out, you have the answer to be what? 1. Okay, because 4 will cancel 4, and the answer becomes what? Q becomes what? Becomes greater than what? 1. So that is the answer there. Okay, so next question. It says if the following is a factor of fx, which is okay, 5x raised to power 3 plus 2x raised to power 2 minus 6x minus 1. So you need to find what? The factor of fx. So let's go to and find the factor of fx there. Okay, whenever you see this kind of questions, what you should supposed to do, what they want from you is what value will x have, okay, be or represent that after whole summing you have it to be what? 0. So over here we'll now say that let x be equal to 1. Okay, so if x is equal to 1, implement, that means you're going to put what? 1 to represent x in all the x being written there. So have 5 bracket 1 raised to power 3 plus 2 bracket 1 raised to power 2 minus 6 bracket 1 Okay, minus 1. Never mind, we are root it and omit the raised to powers. So 5 plus 2 minus 6. After everything, have your answer there. So that is it. The next one say 50, 62 degrees south and 50 degrees north and 58 degrees west. Okay, in this particular question, what you need to do there is, first of all, you check for the one that I like. Okay, so like terms what? uh, uh, like terms will repair, while unlike terms attract. So the one that is different will do what? Will be the one equal to what? Sum. Now, if you look at it, see that 50-50 is there, so we count that one off. So what we're looking at now is 62 degrees south, then 58 degree what? West. Okay, these ones are different, but usually come in east and west as longitude. Okay, maybe there's a mistake there, so you need to add them and get your answer to be what? 90 degrees. So next question. Okay, it says the locus of a point Q and equidistant from the point MN is what? You know what locus of a point is. Okay, so that is a straight line perpendicular to Q. Then what is the probability that a man will not die in his birthday if 365 days equal a year? So in this, will not means what? 1 minus. So if you subtract 365, 1 over 365 from 1, probably you'll be having the answer to what? 364 over what? 365. Okay, so that is that for that one. Now we're going to look at the next question. I'll quickly do the questions. Next question says the sum of the angles at a point is, the sum of angles at a point is definitely what? Is 2 times the sum of all the angles in a straight line, because the straight line is 180, and 180 plus 180 will actually give you the sum of angle at what? A point, which is 360. Okay, that's what they mean there. Then solve the simultaneous equation x plus 3y equals to 1. So how minus x plus y is equals to 3. So this is a simultaneous equation. So the best way to solve it is using what we call elimination method. If you look at it very well, in elimination method, the goal is, okay, let one value be 0 while the other one will be there, so that you look for that one. So if you see that x and minus x is already there, so we can eliminate themselves to be 0, while 3y plus y will give us 4y. Then we'll now have 1 plus 3, which will give us 4. So 4y, when you divide by 4, you have your answer to be 1. Then you substitute the value of y in any of the equation. Okay, for example, this equation have x plus 3y equals to 1. So any place I see y, I put 1. So 3 brackets 1 equals to 1. So x plus 3 is equals to 1. So x is equals to 1 minus 3, which is equals to 2. So 1 and minus 2 is the answer.